Hey David, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, Steve. I'm doing great. Beautiful day today.
You want to tell us about this amazing sculpture that you
I do.
just
So this
finished?
sculpture is fabricated out of steel, pickle and oil steel. So that means that the surface was really clean. There's no mill scale on it at all when you work with it. And it's just really easy to clean up and grind out. So a lot of times with the steel pieces, when they're this way, I'll use a chemical called ferric nitrate, which is an oxidizer. It's a iron salt, and you warm up the surface, or just take it outside on a really warm day, mix it up with water. It's a crystal form, and spray it on, and the piece will slowly oxidize over time and give you a really nice oxidized patina, nice and even throughout the whole surface.
No, it's amazing as you made this in about a week.
A week. It took me a week to put all this together. So I had that template right up against the floor over here. So I used that. I clamped that onto sheets of steel that were 5 foot by 10 foot, and I cut out 10 arc forms. I passed them through the slip rolls on the back side over here. Let's walk back here. So these pieces here were the cutout forms that I passed through the slip rolls. Got the other ones on the floor, and then they go together like so. And then after that, you fabricate in, you box them all out, and then you seam weld, and then you grind down. So I use a 40 grit flap disc, gives me a really nice cut coming back into the weld, and it doesn't overgrind the surface of the metal. All this metal here is 11 gauge, roughly 1/8 inch thick. Really nice durability to the surface, and as you increase scale, it's always good to increase the thickness of the metal that you're working with.
Well, that's great. So you've been doing this now. That sculpture is about 10 feet tall. Is that
So
correct?
that sculpture is 10 foot 6 foot wide, 5 foot deep.
Okay. And you made another sculpture earlier this month, which we'll take a look at with a
So
separate
let's
video.
come right over to here. Take a look at this here. I have the model. Let me take the blankets off the model here.
All right, so this was the maquette for
This is
the...
the maquette. That's made out of stainless steel as well, and that's 1/3 scale to the large piece that's outside.
Right. So tell us a little bit about your background.
So I did my undergraduate work at Alfred University, studied under a sculptor by the name of Glenn Zweigert, who is still producing a lot of sculpture. He's doing really well. He always has. I did my graduate work at the Maryland Institute College of Art, Reinhardt School of Sculpture. There's another artist here, another David from the same school. And I did a residency in 1981 at the Skowhegan School of Painting and Sculpture. And that was excellent. And then from there on, I just kept working, and I have my studios in New Fairfield, Connecticut. And I teach out of there, metal sculpture, and I teach at the state universities and the community colleges in the state of Connecticut.
Well, that's great. Well, we'll put a link to your website and also to your Instagram sites. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Steve. That was great.